Good morning, everybody. Here's the 10 most overlooked actions you can make as a business owner that most people are overlooking. A lot of business owners are working extremely hard to make their businesses successful. And yet a lot of business owners are working extremely hard, yet they're not really pushing the needle very much and they're not making hardly any progress. Let's just face it, most business owners are stuck in neutral. Let's lay it out for a second. You're building your business, you're putting out fires, you're trying to solve problems as they come up, and you're successfully solving the fires. But solving fires in your business isn't what makes your business grow. So in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 things that you could be missing, and these are the reasons why your business is not growing. So let's just go over the 10 things and watch to the end of this video, because you might be missing one out of the 10 things, which is hindering your growth as a business owner. The number one thing that I'm seeing right now is most business owners don't have a documented process or a vision on paper, or even their values and what they believe for their company. Nothing's written on paper. Most business owners are running their business through ideas and through what comes to their mind, when you need to have it documented so that you can keep expanding on what you have documented. You can't lead a team successfully if your goals are always a moving target and your team doesn't know what the goal is. So here's what you need. You need a written 10-year goal. You need a written 5-year goal, a written 3-year goal, and a written 1-year goal. You need to think way into the future and then break it back down to 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. And then the next one is core values. Who do you want on your team? How does that person act? What do they believe? What's their internal beliefs look like? I mean, the internal values of your company seem like something that's not very important in the beginning, but as your team grows and you have 10 plus people, you're going to really need to know what values do they have, and do they align with the values that you have set out for your company. Number 2, data-driven accountability. Most business owners feel like their business is going good until it's not. But you need to make sure you have all your data in points and all the key performance indicators are on track. Most people don't even have KPIs in place to track how well their company's doing. Picture it like this. Somebody told me this once. When you start your car to go drive it, do you check the oil every single time, or check your tires, or check under the hood? Absolutely not. I mean, you just wait until the check engine light turns on. And in your business, you also need a system like that. You don't need to check every single little thing. You need to make sure that you have the right performance indicators in place to make sure that your team is doing what they need to be doing. So what you really need is you need a scorecard, so that at the end of every day or at the end of every week, your team members can submit a scorecard so that you can see the genuine health of your business. Number 3, most people need a leader in place. So they need a true leader who they can grow and keep expanding with. There's a saying by, I believe it's John Maxwell, and he says it's the people inside your business can only grow to the capacity of the leader. So if the leader's cup is full, they can actually dump it into their employees' cup and into their people's cup. But if the owner isn't taking accountability and they aren't genuinely a leader, then the employees will stay where they are forever, unless you as the leader actually take accountability for all your people inside your business. At the end of the day, you just need people to take responsibility for outcomes, and it's your responsibility as a leader to give that person enough responsibility so that they can take leadership in what they're doing. So what you need is clear roles and accountability. That makes life so much easier. Typically in companies, there's a lot of overlap, and overlap kills productivity. For true leadership development also, you need to have a training plan for your people so that they can continue to keep getting better and improving in their field of what they're doing. Number 4, marketing that actually converts. There's a lot of magical marketing tactics out there that people like to promote, but at the end of the day, you need to keep it stupid simple and get the right attention from people who can buy your service. So if you are trying to market and you don't know which channel is the best, I would recommend on doubling down on the one that already is working for you. And if you're just relying on offline marketing activities, I would highly suggest you move to online marketing activities. Number 5, in your company, you need salespeople, and you don't just want to rely on the owner to make the sales. An owner-driven company making the sales is good, but to scale it up and to remove the owner from every little piece of the process, you need to have a sales team. Number 6, to scale your company faster, you need a system so that as you sell more projects, your system doesn't break. You have enough people for your delivery, and you have the systems to have a 10 out of 10 delivery, because you can get a job, but finishing the job that you get is the number one most important thing. Because if you do a great job for one person, they're going to refer you to another person. And that is a great form of marketing as well. But make sure you focus on, once you get the job, make sure you and your team are the number one people at fulfilling the service and making your customers happy. Remember, most homeowners, they don't know nothing about construction. It's only the last 10% that they truly care about. They want to make sure it looks good and that it all looks structurally sound. But most of the time, they don't even know construction, so just make sure that your delivery process is seamless. In order to scale this up, you just need SOPs. You need a well-documented process so that people actually know what to do in what order, so that the outcome is the same every single time. Think of McDonald's as how if you go and buy a Big Mac is the same whether you're in Canada, US, or Mexico, you know. A Big Mac's a Big Mac because they have really made the best SOP and they have the right system. Number 7 is financial clarity. How much money is in the bank? A lot of the time as a business owner, we think about how much money we have in the bank, but all the financials matter. You need to review your profit and loss statements on a monthly basis so that you know the numbers of your company, and you know if you can hire, you know if you can expand, you know if you can increase your marketing budget, and you know you can keep moving in the right direction. Number 8, most business owners only start hiring as soon as they're maxed out and they do not know how to create more production. But you actually need to hire before you're maxed out so that you don't create any bottlenecks in your business. If you hire and you're too desperate, you might end up with somebody who's not a good fit and doesn't align with the team that you already have. So make sure that you hire in advance before you're maxed out. What you need here is kind of like a sales pipeline. You need a hiring pipeline so that you can keep track of all the hiring or all the people who've inquired to work with your business. Number 9, most of us would love to do this, and it's actually pretty easy. It just takes a little bit of hard work, but remove yourself from the business. If you truly want to grow your business, you need to get out of the day-to-day operations of putting out fires and actually do the things that are going to move the company forward, like key partnerships, hiring the greatest people to take over the responsibilities that maybe you were. So that's really key. What you can do here to really make sure that you can pull yourself out of the day-to-day operations is having an organizational chart where you can list all your people, list where their positions, and that will give you a clear understanding of who you still need to hire and maybe who you've overhired. Number 10, one of the most important ones ever. They say that in life you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So if that's true, then having the right advisors, coaches, and peers, they're able to boost you up with whatever company you're trying to run. There's somebody who has already built a company that you would dream of having. One of the fastest ways to make less mistakes and create more momentum way faster is to hire coaches, either to pay them money, somebody who's built a business that you want to build or you aspire to build. Message them, pay them for their time, and ask them the questions of the things that, hey, what are things that you did Or what are some big mistakes that you made in your journey around this point in time that you could actually tell me that I could try to avoid? And they'll tell you everything that that you should know. And if you talk and speak with somebody regularly who has built something that you want to build or at the size that you want to build, make sure you communicate with them often. We as business owners like to think that we can do everything, but at the end of the day, having a third-party outlook on your company and making large decisions is super, super important. So what you need is a mentor or a peer group. And don't just choose any mentor or peer group. Make sure they've genuinely achieved levels of success that you aspire to create. So to end off this video, success doesn't always look like hustling harder, even though that helps. But it's also creating a team and a system that runs without you, that creates great results, creates customers with happy reviews, so that you can have a business that serves you, your team, your company, and the people who you do business with. So I appreciate you for watching this video. Please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and watch the next video, watch some of the other videos, and we'll see you in the next one. We are on a mission to get 1% better every single day with this content. So I'm super excited to show you. Go look at the first video we launched and continuously subscribe, because the content we're going to be putting out in the future and tomorrow and the next day is all going to be 1% better every single day. So appreciate you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.